Peace and blessings be upon you all. We've all noticed the presence of police dogs accompanying security forces, whether it's at malls, hotels, or any place with tight security. Whenever you approach the parking garage of one of these places, you'll find security guards standing at the entrance with a group of well-trained police dogs. And before any car is allowed inside, it has to go through a thorough inspection. The first step is a manual check by the security personnel. Then comes the second, more precise phase, when the dogs themselves circle the car and carry out a deeper inspection. Now here's the thing: if the dogs remain calm and don't react aggressively after sniffing around the vehicle, that's a green light. Everything's clear and there's no problem. But if the dogs start barking loudly or acting uneasy, that usually means something's wrong. There's something suspicious about that car. So what's the story behind these police dogs? How exactly are they able to detect drugs, explosives, and other dangerous materials that might pose a threat to public safety? And in an age like ours, where technology is advancing faster than ever, why are we still relying on dogs? Haven't we replaced them with machines or electronic devices by now? Welcome to the channel. But before we dive into this fascinating topic, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss any of our videos. As the problem of drugs and explosives keeps growing and as the battle between security agencies and smuggling cartels becomes more intense, both sides have had to evolve. Smugglers and drug lords are constantly inventing new ways to hide contraband and keep it out of sight from law enforcement. Over time, their hiding methods have gotten more creative and more deceptive. But security agencies haven't stood still either. They've been improving their methods to detect these tricks and catch smugglers red-handed. And recently, security forces around the world have turned increasingly to police dogs, especially for drug and explosive detection. Why? Because years of research and real-world experience have proven just how effective dogs are in this specific field. And it all comes down to the extraordinary natural abilities that God has given these amazing creatures. Dogs have an incredibly powerful sense of smell. Think about it this way. While we humans rely mostly on sight scanning our surroundings with our eyes, even over long distances, dogs do the exact same thing using their nose. Their nose is like our eyes. It's how they see the world. Want a fun example to help you understand just how sharp their sense of smell is? Experts say that if you have a bowl of soup made with 10 different vegetables, all chopped up and blended into a liquid mixture, when a human smells it, all we get is the general aroma of the soup as one single smell. But a dog? A dog can detect and identify each of the 10 individual ingredients just by smell alone. That's how insanely powerful their noses are. In fact, their sense of smell is thousands of times stronger than ours. When you add to their powerful sense of smell, their strong physical build, heightened alertness, especially at night, along with their loyalty, obedience, and incredible ability to follow commands and undergo training, you'll see. why they re the perfect candidate to serve as a vital member of any security or law enforcement team, especially in the field of inspections. So let's jump right in. How exactly do police dogs detect drugs? Well, no doubt it all depends on their superior sense of smell. But to train a dog to do this job, there are a few key steps that must be followed. It all starts with choosing the right breed, a type of dog that naturally has an exceptionally strong sense of smell. Because not all dogs are equal when it comes to olfactory power. Some breeds are far more gifted than others in that area. Once the right breed is selected, the next step is to train that dog to recognize the specific scent it needs to detect. And here's where things get really interesting. The training process is actually quite simple and doesn't involve any complicated techniques. The trainer starts by introducing the dog to a toy, something the dog enjoys playing with consistently. Let's say it's a small cloth tied to a rope. The dog gets used to this. Toyette plays with it all the time, day and night. It becomes the dog's favorite thing. Then, once the dog has developed a strong emotional attachment to the toy, the trainers start adding specific scents to it. Scents like the substances they want the dog to find, whether it's drugs, explosives, or any other illegal material. Once that's done, they hide the toy somewhere and let the dog start searching for it. Sure enough, the dog will sniff around the area, following the scent trail until it finds the toy again. When it does, the trainer rewards the dog by playing with it and letting it tug and bite on its favorite toy. It becomes a happy, fun moment for the dog. And that's the key. What matters most in this whole process is that the dog forms a mental connection. Finding the scent equals finding my toy equals getting rewarded. So that tough-looking dog you see sniffing cars for drugs in a heroic, high-stakes moment, he's not really trying to catch criminals. He's not out for justice or punishment. All he wants is to find his toy. That's it. And that's the brilliant technique that trainers use to take advantage of the dog's powerful sense of smell, turn it into a powerful tool for security operations. But it doesn't stop there. After learning how to track the toy, aka the target scent, the next step is to prepare the dog for real-world police work. Why? Because dogs need to be able to carry out their duties under pressure and in stressful environments. Imagine this. A dog is searching a suspicious vehicle or building. Suddenly, gunfire erupts nearby. If the dog isn't properly trained, it might panic or lose control, and that would compromise the whole mission. That's why part of the training involves exposing the dog to loud sounds, including simulated gunshots. And they're also exposed to doors that slam open and shut with loud noises, helping them gradually adapt to chaotic environments. The goal is to create a kind of real-life simulations, so that by the end of training, the dogs are fully prepared for their mission in the field. Now, here's a common misconception. Some people believe that police dogs refers to a specific breed, a type of dog specially made for police work. But that's not true. There is no breed called the police dog breed. The term police dog simply refers to any dog used by law enforcement agencies, regardless of its breed. In other words, a police dog is just a dog that works with the police. And yes, many breeds have been used for this job. You'll see law enforcement using Dobermans, Boxers, Wolves, and most famously the German Shepherd. It's also known as the GSD. The German Shepherd is by far the most well-known breed used in police operations, which is why a lot of people mistakenly refer to it alone as the police dog. So that brings us to an important question. Are these the only breeds that can be used in law enforcement? Absolutely not.